Okay, so this is a person's systolic blood pressure, which is measured in millimeters of mercury, depends on the person's age and years. So this function gives their blood pressure after a certain number of Y years. So if a person's systolic pressure is 133.18, what is their age? So we're going to replace P with 133.18. So we have 133.18 equals 0.006 y squared minus 0.01 y plus 122. I have a y squared and a y term, so I have to get everything on the one side. So I'm going to subtract this from both sides. So I have 0 equals 0.006 y squared minus 0.01 y minus, so we'll do 122 minus 133.18, negative 11.18. And now we're just going to jump into the quadratic formula. So I have, nope, I want to do, darn it. So I have y equals negative b, which is positive 0.01 plus or minus the square root of 0.01 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. You can do this all in the calculator. I'm just going to do that to save time, but I'm going to do alpha y equals, enter to get my fraction bar. Then I'll do 0.01 plus the square root of 0.01 squared minus 4 times 0.006 times negative 11.18 over 2 times 0.006. I get 44. So it looks like you were close, but this should be 44. The other one, I believe, is probably going to end up being negative or something, but we can check that. Oops. Yeah, so we just ignore that one. The positive answer is our correct answer. That might have been where you got the 42, but it should be 40, the positive one. Okay, and then this guy here, same thing. I'm going to dive into the quadratic formula. So I have x equals negative b, which is 36, plus or minus the square root of 36 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So here we have 36 plus or minus the square root. I'm going to figure out what that whole thing is, the discriminant. It's called 36 squared minus 4 times 9 times 45. This is negative 324 over 18. So then we get 36 plus or minus. We're going to have an I here because the negative in the square root. The square root of 324, I believe, is 18. Yeah, I'll just show you. Square root of 324 is 18. So negative 324 will be 18i over 18. So you could split this up into 36 over 18 plus or minus 18i over 18, which reduces to 2 plus or minus 1i. So you would do 2 plus I, 2 minus I.